The characters and events depicted in this podcast is for mere entertainment. Any similarity to actual persons, living or dead, or going through their third surgery is purely coincidental. Listen at your own risk.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Somos the Next Generation. I apologize for not having a new episode last week. There was just a lot of things going on. You know, I've been working a lot of hours this past week, and you know, I kind of needed that tiny break. But I'm back. I'm back. Here's a new episode, and it's going to be a super interesting topic. Everything's super interesting, apparently. That's the only phrase I know. So this episode is going to be, you know, now that we're getting into, hopefully, you know, crossing their fingers, like that final phase of COVID. You know, where things are getting so much better, thankfully. You know, everybody's getting vaccinated for the most part. A lot of things is opening up. So that's what I wanna gather into. You know, I wanna make this an episode about COVID, how it has affected us, how it has how some close people to me have been affected by COVID. So that's what I'm gonna talk about this on this episode. You know, super quick topic. I made myself some type of horchata. It's a little thicker than I imagined, so I need to fix that. I'll probably have to add some more water to it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. As you can see right behind me, I have my little promo for our, you know, for our final episodes. This is going to be. There are about a few episodes left in the season. We are approaching the final episode of the season, so that's coming by super quick. So, anyways, let's get into this. I remember when I first heard about the coronavirus, about COVID, was back in December 2019. I believe I was home because I usually go home for the holidays. I go for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I remember I was taking an online course as well. So, you know, I woke up super early to take care of that. And what was I going to say? Yeah, and so I heard this COVID thing on the news, how it, you know, there was this breakout out in Wuhan. I think, is it Wuhan? Yeah, I think it's Wuhan. I gotta get my facts straight before I start speaking, huh? Yeah, so I honestly thought that it was something that was just gonna go away like that, you know, in like a matter of weeks, 2 weeks max, you know. By the time I got back from the holidays, you know, everything would just be like, okay, this has been taken care of. You know, it was nothing more than just a flu type of thing, a cold, whatever. But it just kept getting worse and worse, you know? Like, so many people were freaking out. You know, there was that toilet paper shortage at some point. Like, they started cutting down a couple items to, like, one item per person, like waters, paper towels, toilet paper, things like that. It got super crazy. I mean, we've all lived through it. We're all living through it. So, you know, it was really shocking. You know, unfortunately, and I don't want to get political because I do not like to discuss politics. Like I mentioned before, it's just very controversial, and there's no need for any problems of any sort. So, but anyways, I do hate getting political, but I feel like this is a matter of importance to, you know, talk about this. I just feel like the United States, or perhaps not the U.S., but you know, that clown that was, you know, that has been running the country for the past few years. Yeah, he didn't handle anything or he didn't do anything to keep us safe. Yeah, he didn't do shit, to be honest. On the contrary, he kind of screwed us over. Kept blabbing about how it was a hoax, that this wasn't real. Now, fortunately, like so many people, millions of people, have unfortunately passed away because of this virus. There's so many people that got affected by it, who got COVID and are still living aftermaths, unfortunately. So it's it's it was bad. I personally and thankfully um, did not catch it, or might have not gotten any symptoms whatsoever. Thankfully, I am fully vaccinated. Daniel is fully vaccinated as well. My parents are fully vaccinated. My family is fully vaccinated. So I'm thankful for that. We don't have to worry too much about the COVID anymore. But we're still trying to take our precautions anyway. Let's see. I just want to speak about my thoughts. How 2020 was just completely ruined. 2021 seems like it can still be saved. Um, let's see. Where would I want to go? Let's start with how many people got affected by this and how they got affected by this COVID, this coronavirus. For starters, a lot of people did lose their businesses. Especially those with small businesses. They unfortunately did lose their business. A lot of people lost their jobs. You know, People were struggling to pay their rent. People were struggling to make payments anywhere, and whatever payment they had. Um, they just had to go through so much shortage of everything, like I mentioned, like toilet paper and essential things like that. Um, how at some point, you know, on what was it, March 15th, March 16th, 17th, somewhere around there in 2020, that's when my county here in California decided to do a shelter in place action, and that was like, holy shit, like this is fucking happening, like this is insane. Like, this is something I don't think we've ever lived through, and it was super weird at first. Thankfully, thankfully, and thank God, I did not lose my job. My hours were cut, but thankfully, I was able to keep my job and was able to work throughout 2020. Um, I also seeked help through like unemployment. So I was getting some money, thankfully, and was able to like be able to pay my rent and my bills and things like that. Stay in a steady sense. Um, but yeah, I remember the first couple of weeks how it at first it didn't hit me. At first it was like, okay, well, okay, this is happening. Okay, um, like this is gonna end hopefully shortly. In the next couple of weeks, things will be back to normal. But it did not. Like it just kept getting worse and worse, and things got pretty scary. A lot of people, I'm sure, have been affected or has had their mental stability affected a little bit. Um, it hit me how quiet and alone my job was, because I work at a restaurant, and you can get super busy, really loud, people running here and there, a lot of people chatting, this and that. And then there were some times where we just stand in front of the registers. There was like no noise whatsoever, like very little orders coming through. I would only work for a couple hours. they weren't allowing too many people in the buses, like only a few people. At some point, at the beginning, they didn't enforce the mask, but at some point they enforced it, like you gotta wear your mask. We all had to get used to that. But just that quietness and that it just hit me at some point, and it was like, oh my god, like holy shit, like you hear that? That's exactly what I heard, and it was just kind of. It wasn't like it was giving me an anxiety attack, but I mean it wasn't an anxiety attack, but it was just giving me so like this feeling of anxiousness, like oh my god, like what if this gets even worse, and like so many people close to me gets even more affected, even like some of my stores in my work started to close down. Two of them started to close down. One of them almost closed down, and thankfully did not, because that's where Daniel works. And he was able to work and keep his job. It was crazy. Like so many things were coming down, and like it was it was an ugly truth what was going on. It was so bad. Um, yeah. So I mean, I I tried not to get so affected by this. Um, I you weren't supposed to go out. I'm gonna be honest. You weren't supposed to go out. You weren't supposed to travel, go here, go there. But I am the type of person that needs. I need to. I need to be doing something. I need to be. I hate this sense or idea of monotony. Like I don't like it. So like I'm sorry. I had to go out and about. Just keep off my mind about how this is affecting us so much. Obviously, I didn't go on 1 week vacations out there because there was no need, or there was no point of doing so, because so many places were closed. Um, but the first opportunities that we got, like we went to it. We had to do it. Like we had to go out and chill and like just give ourselves that sense of normality, like nothing's going on, just for a little bit, just for our sake and our stability, our mental stability. It's just something that had to be like something that had to happen, like something that we had to do. And I mean that's that. Um, of course, at first, I was also believing how this was just all like a hoax, and not so much of a hoax, but more of how this was just a like a plan to like keep us under control in a sense. And again, I do not want to get into details because it'll just start an argument of some sort, and I don't want to do that. Or I don't know, maybe I do. Just kidding. Um, so yeah, like I thought this was just a way to keep us, controlled, keep us under control, try to just have a balance. I feel like things were just going so well throughout everywhere that something had to happen to change the what's it called, the routine or the life of us. And that's what I thought at first. And then actually that's I probably I still think that it was all a plan to control the people. But anyways, it is what it is. A few people near me got affected by COVID. As many of you know, Daniel did get affected by COVID during the holidays. He lost his sense of smells, his sense of taste, and he was kind of freaking out at some point. Like he felt like he wasn't going to be able to taste food anymore, and he was getting a not like a panic attack type of thing. It affects you so much. Um, my parents were tested positive for COVID. My mom was the one who was morely or more affected by it than my dad and my brother. Um, she unfortunately have to be on an oxygen tank for a little bit, you know, just to be able to get her lungs back into a greater strength and be able to breathe on her own. So it was super bad. I know a few people that did pass away, and at first we were like, oh my god, all these people are dying. Imagine like if some like one of us gets it. Like this is when we were living back in the other apartment with our old roommates, and we were just like sitting there talking about the whole situation. Like, what if one of us gets it? Like, what is the plan? What are we gonna do? Like, we're gonna isolate one of you in one of the rooms, and this and that. Like, we were all like planning it out, and then we heard that one of the coworkers of my roommates, like she had to go on quarantine because one of her family members had been tested positive, and then the whole like some people didn't want to go in because they felt like they weren't safe, and it was just like a chain reaction, like a domino effect, like this person started quarantining because this person tested positive. Now this person doesn't work because the person's afraid that this person might have, you know, passed on the virus and this and that, and it was like freaky. It was like everybody's freaking out, and this person lived right near us. Um, so it's pretty that fear was pretty bad about the coronavirus and the people and how it's. I mean, you also have the media. The media does a fantastic job to freak the people out, to scare them off, to control them, to so they can, just go batshit crazy. No pun intended. Um, but yeah, thankfully everybody's getting vaccinated. Our state is thankfully opening up soon, and it's seems like it's doing much better than a couple months ago, or than a year ago. Actually, I mean, last June, I wasn't able to celebrate any of my people's birthdays properly, or Father's Day or Mother's Day, or holidays like that. That we weren't able to do so, and hopefully this year, we are able to do it in a more normal manner as compared to last year. So yeah, I mean that's that, guys. So I mean, if you guys have not gotten vaccinated yet, that's fine. That's totally cool. You do you. Um, just just be safe. Take your precautions. Do your thing. Whatever. For those people who do and are planning on getting vaccinated, like please do so. It doesn't kill anybody. Well, I don't think that's the term I want to use. It doesn't hurt anybody to just get vaccinated, try to prevent this virus to extend another couple more months or even years. Like I think we are pretty much done with it, and we want to move on from it and just do so much better from it. Help our economy grow again, get things better. Just better ourselves, be a better United States, because the way it was handled was a shitty way. It was the president didn't do anything then, and I'm glad he's out. Uh, but anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna cut this episode a little short. Just wanted to get into the COVID conversation. Just wanted to talk a little bit about it. Share some thoughts that I've had for the past year now, and how it has affected us. I mean, as many of you guys know, I did cut my hair, so I cut it short. The Brainy '07 hit me at some point last week, and it's something that had to be done. But anyways, no, that wasn't because of COVID. It was just, I feel like there has so many things going on in my life that I wanted to like change things up a bit. It's time for new beginnings, and this is it. This is part of the new beginnings, the new changes that I was talking about on last time's episode. Those are the big changes that are coming, and there were so much more things that are coming up. Guys, thank you so much for listening to me. Don't forget to share the episode on YouTube. Listen to it on Apple Podcasts, on Buzzsprout if you can, on Spotify Podcasts. Check out the videos on YouTube. Share them with your friends. Follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. And don't forget to check out the final episodes of our season every Wednesday, 6 o'clock. So thank you so much. And I think this is going to be it. I'm going to wrap this up, and we'll see you next time. See ya.